Welcome back to the Mad Spiderverse. I'm Mad Spidey, and thanks once again for tuning into my channel. As I've mentioned before, just a little bit, I'm going to be ramping up my statue collection videos, and as I said, just a little bit. Today is actually got something that's, I wouldn't say different, but it's a little bit more special for me because this is one of my, besides the Spideyverse, this is one of my other favorite characters, and I was super happy to pick this up. The only thing is, I don't know if this is going to work out too well because it is rather a large sort of statue. Now, in saying that, if you've watched any of these before, you know the deal. If you haven't watched this before, quick rundown. Basically, most of my statues are from a company called Bowen Designs that was very prevalent in the sort of late 90s to early 2000s. They did 3 ranges. They did a mini bust, mini statue, and a full-size statue. They did go a little bit diverse with the mini busts than what they did with the mini statues and the full-size statues. But the mini statues were basically exactly the same in most cases as they were as the full size. So I decided to sort of stop with the mini statues, and I actually sold them off, and I just kept the mini bus and the full size statues. Now, in saying that, generally you'll see a lot of characters that were sort of redone from phase to phase, because they did, over the years, I'm pretty sure it was 5 phases. I can't quite remember. It was either 5 or 6, but I'm pretty sure it was 5. So you saw like your Spider-Man, your Captain America, your Iron Man, your Hulk and stuff like that. You know, different versions in each phase. Sometimes they do like multiple versions and things like that of, you know, so say for argument's sake, like phase 3 or phase 4, they might have done like 3 different Hulks or 3 different Spideys or something like that. Maybe, you know, slightly different costumes or, you know, poses or, you know, iterations of the character. But they still went sort of, they tried to cover as much base as they could, but as I said, like the mini bus, they went a lot of diversity. Like, there's a lot of characters that, you know, you may have never heard of or may have only shown up. Like I know they did an Airwalker mini bust that was in, you know, a Fantastic Four book, and he was pretty much only in 2 or 3 issues and he got killed off. So they went quite deep with the mini bus. But getting back to the one for today, if you saw my last video, I did a mini bust, which was the Falcon mini bust. This one is a full-size statue, and as I said, it's a rather large box, rather large statue. So hopefully this works in my little space that I do my videos. But let's get stuck into it. I'll show you exactly what it is. And it's actually Ghost Rider. So yeah, one of my, apart from the Spideyverse, Ghost Rider is another one of my favorite characters. Now, as I said, this is the full-size one. I think this was done in actually phase 2. With the mini bus, they will actually, with the box, they will actually have like a small synopsis on the side of the box with, you know, a brief, yeah, as I said, synopsis of the character with a couple of pictures of some books and things like that. The full-size, they don't do that. They basically give you, you know, all the sculpt details, the like size, who sculpted it, and things like that. And then quite often on the other side, which they didn't actually do with this particular one, but sometimes they'll give you, there's multiple versions in the same phase. They'll actually show you the pictures of the multiple ones. Now, this is one that had 2 versions. This actually had a standard version and a chrome version. And this one is actually the chrome version, so the slightly rarer of the 2. Now, this edition was only limited to 1,000 worldwide, so a fairly small run for something like this. But, and as I said, this is a rather large box, as you can see. Let's see if I can actually get into it without making too much mess or actually break anything. And that's almost my biggest worry. Actually, we might lay him down on the bed. See how we go with this. Alright. Now, the other thing to note, oh, big box, is that, as I've mentioned before, on the minibus and the full size, they'll either have up or the Bowen Designs symbol on the styrofoam, so you know which way to open it from. All right. Now, hopefully it's not in too many sort of pieces to put together, so I can show it to you fairly easily. Now, this has got rather, like, some bases are fairly basic. It's actually got a rather large detailed base, and down the bottom it gives you obviously the details. This is number 101 of 1000, but as I've said before, I've never been too fussed about the actual, you know, the number of it, as long as I, you know, obviously was able to get one. All right, now let's hope. It looks like it's only just the 2 pieces. Don't think there's any additional pieces. No. All right, let's take that foam off. All right, and as you can see, the actual bike itself has been chromed. But that's the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. So yeah, as you see, it's all chromed up. So in the normal version, the bike would actually just be the black, standard black. All right, now let's see if we can get him in here without too much fuss. There we go. So there it is in all its glory. So as I said, like, another one of my favorite characters apart from the Spideyverse. Definitely an awesome sculpture. Super happy to actually own this. Yeah, there we go. That's probably a good view. So yeah, so that's it for this particular video. As I said, Ghost Rider Chrome Edition from Bowen Designs, done to a limited of 1,000 worldwide. Obviously this is number 101, but super happy to have this in my collection. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, do all the usual YouTube stuff. Leave a comment if you want to, hit the thumbs up, and most of all, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. So that's it for this particular video. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and Spidey out.